Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Morning viewers. In this video we are going to see the upcoming Saturn Transit. Saturn moves from Capricorn to Aquarius on January 17th, evening around 6:02 pm. We will be seeing the predictions for each and every zodiac as a separate video. If you are new to my channel, keep it subscribed so that you get my updates instantly. The Saturn Transit takes place on 17th of January, evening around 6:02 pm, where you are seeing the planetary position. During the day, it is Visakha star, where Moon is on Scorpio, and you could see the planetary position. Rahu is at Aries, Mars is at Taurus, Ketu is at Libra, Moon is at Scorpio, and Mercury is at Sagittarius. Sun and Venus conjuncted at Capricorn, Saturn being a ruler at Aquarius. Now as a day it enters into the Aquarius and becomes a ruler there, and Jupiter is a ruler at its own house Pisces. This is the planetary position. Based on these planetary positions for the next 2.5 years, we will be seeing the predictions for each and every zodiac, how Saturn is going to behave, what are the good and positive things a person will get, and what would be the negative effects. First of all, one should understand the planetary position of the current position. It will have an impact up to 15 to 20% on a personal horoscope. The basis is only based on the original horoscope, which is derived on the Mahadasa and Antardasa from the existing planetary position on the birth date and time. So one need not have to worry about all these problems of Saturn. At the same time, during the 7.5 period of Saturn, as well as Saturn is at the 8th house, there may be some problems also. We call it as Ashtama Sani, and we call it as Edara Sani. So all these two positions, the Saturn will give some negative impacts also. Depends upon the planetary positions during that particular time. The best remedy could be praying to Lord Ganesha daily, or every Saturday praying to Lord Hanuman will give you good relief from the Saturn's ill effects. So let us see which are all the zodiac getting good and bad effects based on the upcoming Saturn transit. For these three zodiac, the upcoming Saturn transit seems to be highly favorable. First, let us see for Aries. So far, Saturn was placed at the 10th house, is going to move to the 11th house, which indicates profit. So the position of Saturn, which takes its highest power like Mula Trikona at Aquarius, which is being the 11th house for Aries, this Saturn transit seems to be really favorable for them. So they can expect good returns. They can expect good returns through investments. There will be good rise in the salary. Those who have worked in a company for, they can expect some good incentives, increments during this upcoming Saturn transit. Also, those who are doing business can grow their business well and get some good business inflow, and there will be good inflow of money. So for Aries, we can say this is a good positivity. Next comes Sagittarius. So far, Sagittarius was under the control of Saturn for 7.5 years. On the January 17th, when Saturn moves away from the second house to the third house, the zodiac Sagittarius gets rid of the 7.5 period of Saturn completely. So that is a great time for them, because for the past 7.5 years they had struggled a lot. So this movement of Saturn, it will give some good benefits. It will start yielding good benefits for Sagittarius. Also, Saturn at third house will do some positivity, as whenever the planets are associated with third and the 11th house will definitely give some positive results. The third zodiac is Virgo. For Virgo, so far Saturn was placed in the 5th house. Now moving to the 6th house seems to be really good. So when 6th house, a planet like Saturn is associated, they can get good returns through business. Those who had invested money they can yield some good positive results during this particular time. Those who borrowed through loans, this particular time it will give them benefits of repaying back the loan. Similarly, those who have lended money to others, this particular period they can get back the money So it's a good time for them also. They can win out of their enemies. In business, they can win out of the competitors' shares. All the positive things can happen. So for the upcoming Saturn transit, for all these three zodiac, the positivity could be more than 80%. Now for the zodiac Taurus. So far, Saturn was placed in the 9th house and which moves to the 10th house. 10th house indicates job, workplace. So we can expect good job opportunities for those who are unemployed so far. This time seems to be really favorable for them. Those who are already working in a company can find this period suitable for promotions as well as increments. Some may get foreign opportunities. They travel different places. So a lot of positive things can happen for Taurus. Also, Saturn is responsible for the 9th and 10th houses. So we can say some of them may start their own business with the father or elder brother's side. This could be really good fortune for doing business also. Now for Scorpio, as Saturn moves to the 4th house and we call it as Kendra. Whenever in Kendra a planet like Saturn is associated, it could yield some positive results. So for Scorpio, this Saturn transit seems to be really favorable. They can increase their asset purchases. Some of them can buy their own house, buy their own flats. They can buy their land or they can invest money in share market and find some good profits. So it looks really positive for them. And some of them, if the mother's health is not well, they can get complete recovery from their health related problems. So this seems to be favorable for Scorpio. In terms of Gemini, so far Saturn was placed at the 8th house, so it could have given a lot of troubles for them. As Saturn moves away from 8th house to 9th house seems to be a really good time for Gemini, because the ill effects of the 8th house is getting relieved as Saturn moves away to the 9th house. For all these three zodiac, this Saturn transit we can expect 70% and above positivity. Now for these three zodiac, if you see for Capricorn, as Saturn moves away from Capricorn itself is a good relief for those who are in this particular zodiac. So far they might have faced lot of troubles, they might have faced lot of health related issues, many negative effects, some might have lost their job. All these problems might have faced for the last 2.5 years. As Saturn moves away to the 2nd house, it looks really favorable for them, as at the 2nd house Lord itself is going to be a ruler. It looks like they can build their money back. Whatever they have lost so far, they can regain back. So it's a good time for building the revenue. Some of them can construct their own house. Some of them can communicate well to others. Those who are in the field of communication business, they can improve their skills. And those who are not married yet, it's a good time for them to settle down in their life. So positivity can happen in the upcoming Saturn transit. Now when you consider Libra, so far Saturn is placed good, but to an extent it is favorable as it moves to the 5th house, and Saturn will not do bad effects for those ascendant and zodiac of Venus as well as for Mercury. So Saturn being placed at the 5th house at Trikona is not good, but at the same time for Libra, to an extent it gives positivity. And for Leo, so far Saturn is placed from 6th house, it moves to the 7th house, itself is really good, but at the same time as it aspects the Leo, some may find troubles in the married life. Who are looking for marriage alliances, there may be some troubles, there may be hurdles, so some negativity is also there. So for these three zodiac, we can say a positivity from 50 to 70%. In the upcoming Saturn transit, we could see these three zodiac getting badly affected. As Saturn moves from Capricorn to Aquarius, so those who are in this zodiacs and Aquarius, they are in the mid of the 7.5 period of Saturn, so they face lot of troubles in the next 2.5 years. So they may face some health related issues, some troubles, some hurdles in their life. Those who are looking for marriage, things may not happen in time, so a lot of negative things can happen. But one should remember that Saturn owns the houses of Capricorn and Aquarius, will not do much harm to the own houses. As you can see, a teacher can punish any student but at the same time the teacher will not give the similar punishment to his own child in case if the same child is studying under him. So the teacher may show some mercy to his own child. So like the same way Saturn will not do much harm to the zodiac Capricorn as well as Aquarius. So they need not have to worry a lot. Now for Pisces, as when Saturn moves to the 12th house of Pisces, it starts that sound of period of Pisces now. So now the zodiac, those who are in this particular zodiac, they may face lot of expenses. So as they are entering to the sound of period of Saturn. So the next sound of years time seems to be really tough time for Pisces. So it is not so encouraging for them. And the another zodiac is Cancer. For Cancer, as Saturn moves from 7th house to the 8th house, so which is not favorable. So far, they might have faced some troubles in the family life. There may be conflict between husband and wife, life partners. Now, all these conflicts might come to an end. Even for those who are unmarried, there are chances they get married. All these positive things can happen. But at the same time, when Saturn moves to the 8th house, it may give some health related problems, some hurdles, some troubles in the family life. So for these three zodiac, the positivity could be less than 50%. Now let us see for each and every zodiac sign, based on the position of Jupiter and the upcoming Saturn transit and also the placement of Rahu and Ketu, what would be the predictions, what are the positive things and negative things, which we can see in detail. Aries, the first zodiac sign. For Aries, Saturn moves from 10th house to the 11th house, and 11th house indicates profit. So far, it had placed in the 10th house, meaning some of them might have got good job opportunities. Now, this is a time to reap the benefits out of that job. The profit could be based on the business or based on the job they are doing currently. Some may get increments, some may get promotions or transfer from one place to another, due to which they get benefited. So all the benefits, either it is tangible or intangible, it is based on the 11th house. Whenever a planet is associated with the 11th and 3rd houses, definitely it will give positivity. Also 11th house indicates the support from elder brothers, sisters. So for Aries, this period, we can say they'll get good support from their seniors, that is from the elder brothers and elder sisters and all. Some may get transfer from one location to another location. Some may even move to foreign countries for business or job purposes. Students may go abroad for studies. Those who are not married yet, this particular Saturn transit will give them good benefits. Some will get married and get settled in their life. Saturn aspects the ascendant or the zodiac directly, and it aspects the 5th house and the 8th house. When it aspects the ascendant or the zodiac, that is Aries directly, some may get health related issues. But at the same time, when Jupiter is very close with the Aries, the ill effects may not be there. So for next 1 year, till the end of 2023, as Jupiter is also getting associated with the Aries, so the health related issues, even though it creeps up, they may find some solutions for it, because Jupiter gives them positivity. But during the period of 2024, when Jupiter moves away from Aries, that period they may find some health related problems also. The Saturn aspects the 5th house indicates there may be problems with their children. Children may not study well, they may be very lazy and they do not show interest in their studies. But again, as Jupiter aspects the 5th house from ascendant directly, the ill effects will not be there much. So even though they are lazy, but at the last minute they may study well and try to cope up with the subjects. The problem here is, during the period of 2024, again when Jupiter is not associating with the Aries, such period there may be some problems with the children, the studies, and there may be some problems in the childbirth and depends upon the planetary positions, depends upon the houses where Saturn aspects, and if any positive planets are associated or aspecting that particular house, the ill effects may not be there. But if Saturn aspects without association of any positive planets, then we could say there will be a lot of negative issues. Now Saturn aspecting the 8th house as a negative planets aspecting the negative houses like 8th house or 6th house, it turns out to be positive. So now in this particular case, when Saturn aspecting the 8th house, it turns out positive. So some of them may get unexpected luck. The luck could be through investments in shares. They might find some good profits during investments. Some may win some lottery prizes. So unexpected luck could be there. Those who are married, there is a good understanding between the couples, and those who are looking for a marriage alliances, there will be good chance of getting married, and business will grow well. So for Aries, this Saturn transit seems to be really positive, and we can expect 85 to 90% positivity during this Saturn transit.